Hello everybody, it's week 3. We're almost at the end and it's moving right along. Remember, there's only 7 weeks, so this is 3 of 7. Norm Thurston coming to you live from the Utah State Capitol. And today I am broadcasting from the historic Utah Supreme Court chambers. What's been going up here has been kind of slow and kind of performance-based. We're trying to work on our budgets and get those all squared away. But there is one topic that I wanted to kind of bring to your attention and maybe get your input. Elections bills. I mean, this is highly controversial. There's a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinions. We've done some things recently to kind of make our elections easier and more secure. But as you know, easier and more secure don't really go together. So there are bills up here this session that do lots of different things. I would love to hear your input on what you think ought to happen. So one of them has to do with making sure that our voter rolls are clean, making sure that only citizens register to vote, those sorts of things. But on the other hand, making it easier to vote, making sure that people are able to get their ballot by mail, and how that all works out and how that plays out is also an important consideration. One of the proposals that I think is interesting is there's equipment now that will record, just like a Ring doorbell. When you drop off your ballot in the ballot box, it will record the image of the person who's dropping that off. Now, that might have some application for some form of voter fraud. So if somebody pulls up and they got a stack of 50 ballots and they're just stuffing them in, we wouldn't know who they are. But the real application is not that. The real application is when something goes wrong. So suppose that somebody vandalized that drop box, or that they stole stuff, or they started on fire. We would now be able to go back, we would have an electronic record that would say these are the ballots that were turned in for these voters at this time, and this was the person who turned them in, and be able to contact them and say, hey, there's a problem, something has happened to the ballot, we need you to contact us to figure out how to get that cleaned up and fixed. So those are just some of the many elections bills that we'll be considering this session. If you have thoughts on elections bills, take a look, le.utah.gov, and you can search by topic and find all the elections bills. Tell me your thoughts. I want to know what you think about those. I don't have any of them that I really love or I really hate, but I would be interested in your thoughts. Please let me know. normthurston62@gmail.com.